Hello and welcome to BizWatch News in 5 minutes, where we bring you Nigeria's latest business and economic news stories. My name is Kenny Victor, and here are the top stories as the week winds down. The headlines. Nigeria's inflation rate eases to 15.95% in May despite food price pressures. Nigeria's foreign reserves near $51 billion as oil output reaches 11-month high. Dangote refinery cuts petrol price by 75 naira as global oil market eases. FAAC shares 2.3 trillion naira April 2026 revenue to federal government, states and local governments. USA-Iran publish interim peace deal as Trump warns against violations. And now, the news in detail. Nigeria's inflation rate continued its downward trajectory in May 2026, with headline inflation settling at 15.93% year-on-year, according to the latest Consumer Price Index report released by the National Bureau of Statistics. The figure represents a significant decline from the 26.06 recorded in May 2025, although it edged slightly higher than the 15.69 posted in April 2026. On a month-on-month basis, inflation eased to 1.75%, compared with 2.13% in April, suggesting a gradual moderation in the pace of price increases across the economy. The NBS report shows that the CPI rose to 140.7 points in May from 138.3 points in April, reflecting continued increases in the average price level despite the broader slowdown in annual inflation. Nigeria's gross external reserves have climbed to $50.8 billion, placing the country on course to surpass the $51 billion mark for the first time since January 2009. Latest CBN data showed reserves increased from $50.5 billion recorded a week earlier, supported by stronger oil export receipts, diaspora remittances, and improved foreign exchange inflows into the economy. The reserve position has strengthened considerably from $45.5 billion at the end of 2025, representing an increase of more than $5 billion during the first half of 2026. Dangote Petroleum Refinery has reduced its ex-depot price of premium motor spirit, commonly known as petrol, by 75 naira per litre, lowering the gantry price from 1,250 naira to 1,175 naira per litre. The refinery announced the price adjustment in a circular issued to fuel marketers on Monday, citing the recent de-escalation of geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and the resulting decline in global energy prices. According to the circular, the refinery also reviewed its coastal supply price, reducing it from 1.59 million naira per metric ton to 1.49 million naira per metric ton. The Federal Account Allocation Committee (FAAC) shared 2.2 trillion naira, 11% more than March's 2.03 trillion naira among the federal, state and local governments for April 2026. Bawa Mokwa, Director of Press and Public Relations at the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, disclosed this in a statement on Monday in Abuja, noting that the figure was approved at the May 2026 FAAC meeting. The 2.2 trillion naira comprised distributable statutory revenue of 1.3 trillion, distributable VAT revenue of 747 billion naira, and an augmentation of 250 billion. Total gross revenue available for the month stood at 3.1 trillion naira before a deduction of 113.8 billion naira for cost of collection and 814 billion in transfers, refunds, and savings. And on the global scene, the United States and Iran on Wednesday released the text of an interim agreement signed by their presidents to end months of conflict, marking a significant diplomatic breakthrough while exposing continuing tensions between the two countries. Despite endorsing the deal, US President Donald Trump warned that military action could resume if Iran fails to honor its commitments. Speaking during the G7 summit in France, Trump said the United States would respond forcefully to any breach of the agreement. The interim accord extends the ceasefire first announced in April by an additional 60 days, providing a window for negotiators to pursue a permanent peace settlement. Under the agreement, both countries committed to ending hostilities, restoring maritime traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, lifting restrictions on Iranian ports, and on freezing Iranian assets. And that's all we have for the week on BizWatch News in 5 minutes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with Nigeria's latest business and economic news stories. My name is Kenny Victor, and I'll see you next week.